Occasional bloating happens, but if you are ending your day feeling like you're 6 months pregnant, then that's not normal. Okay, so let's dive into the top causes for bloating, the real reasons why you are getting bloated. And this is not an episode to cover SIBO. So if you are waking up super bloated because of small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, this is not, I think these things would still benefit you, but this is not what this episode is about. This is for the woman who eats her food and then is like, oh, I'm super bloated. And by the end of the day, you feel you can't wear the pants that you started out in the beginning of the day with. Okay. So number one big reason is going to be low stomach acid. So this, especially if you are bloating soon after meals, you're feeling full quickly, you're having undigested food in your poop, you are burping. And there's a lot of causes for this. I will say a really big one up there that will happen. And unfortunately, you can do all of the things to optimize stomach acid. But if this is something you have to get rid of it. And that is H. pylori. So H. pylori is a bacterium that resides in your stomach and it lowers your stomach acid. So until we get rid of the H. pylori, you are stuck. Not really. We can start to see improvements, but the more you try and raise your stomach acid, that irritates the H. pylori more and it really hammers down on you. So if you have H. pylori, that is something that we need to get rid of. H. pylori is highly contagious. It actually starts in the plaque of your teeth, so it is exchanged via saliva. Gross. So if you are doing an H. pylori protocol, anybody that you're exchanging saliva with needs to do it as well. Definitely needs to make sure they don't have H. pylori, because otherwise you're going to be passing it back and forth, okay, which is not great. So that is a really big reason, for example, why someone may be doing an H. pylori protocol and they just could never get rid of it. It keeps coming back because you keep exchanging it. So that is definitely something. Now, if you don't have H. pylori, which can totally happen, you'll have no H. pylori, but you still have low stomach acid. That can happen from stress. That can happen from undereating. That can happen from not having the minerals that support stomach acid. One of the minerals that supports stomach acid is actually sodium. Zinc is another one, which is why you will see a lot of women have benefits to their bloating after consuming electrolytes. They'll notice a benefit there. So those are some things that could be causing it when it comes to stomach acid. Something I really like to help support stomach acid outside of if you need to check for H. pylori, do that obviously. But I would probably consider doing electrolytes and supporting my minerals, especially sodium and zinc, at least food wise. I would maybe consider bringing in bitters. Because bitters are going to help support stomach acid before you're going to eat. And so, I would take bitters in the tincture form and let it sit on my tongue I try and do it don't let it sit on my tongue for 10 minutes, but I try to take it 10 minutes before eating and let it sit on my tongue for 30 seconds. So that's a great way. Make sure you're chewing, make sure you're eating in a relaxed state. Another one that can cause bloating is going to be fats. Basically, you aren't digesting fat well, you have poor bile flow. So this is somebody that gets bloated pretty quickly after eating, within 30 minutes. You'll also notice maybe that you get more full feeling on the right side. You might notice that you also have floating stools. So we can support bile flow. And guess what? Bitters also supports bile flow. So even getting in bitter foods like dandelion greens, dandelion greens, arugula, are milk thistle. Those are great ways to support not only bile flow, but stomach acid. Isn't it cool how some of those things go hand in hand? Another thing, obviously, that's going to impact bloating is literally constipation. If you aren't going daily, multiple times a day, actually, you're probably constipated. And you really want to feel like you completely emptied. Your bowel movement, especially the first one in the beginning of the day, should be the length of your forearm. Oh, did you all just get shocked there? Okay, so things that can help with this, hydration and minerals, obviously. I know. Like, that sounds so standard, but you'd be surprised at how many women are not drinking enough water. Literally, I'm looking at you. If you're drinking less than like 45, 50, 60 ounces of water, you are a culprit. So getting enough hydration, minerals, important. Magnesium, also important. Soluble fiber, also important. Okay. If it's not leaving, like, and it's just fermenting in your gut, of course you're going to have bloating, right? I mean, that makes sense. Another one as well, which can impact bloating, not as much as the other ones, but blood sugar instability, especially if you feel like whenever you're bloated, you're also very tired and you also are very anxious. You feel like you get crashes after meals in terms of energy, especially, like the 1-2 hour mark after eating, you just go, oh, I'm so tired. Okay. So literally just supporting your blood sugar is going to be great here. Stop skipping your meals. Do half your plate non-starchy veggies, quarter protein, quarter fat and carb. Great way to just support your blood sugar there. Another big one for bloating is going to be nervous system dysregulation. I know. Especially if you find that like you get IBS-like symptoms after eating. You get worse digestion postpartum. Your bloating gets worse when you are really busy. That's going to tell you right away, like yours is connected with nervous system. Literally, if you think about it, we're not prey animals, so we can't poop and run, right? Which means that when we're under stress, our body allocates resources away from digestion to other things. So it kind of makes sense, right? I will tell you that in my current stage of life, I have 3 little kiddos, and it is really hard to sit down and eat by myself and eat my food. I typically am bouncing a baby or doing something like that. So I am really, really on top of myself to take my bitters before meals and take a digestive enzyme with my food, because I'm not eating always in complete rest and digest. I'm not. Like, there's a lot going on. So knowing that, I come in with other tools as well to help with that. Okay. So those are some top things that impact bloating. Remember, bloating it's a signal something is going off. Okay. And not eating enough is going to actually make bloating worse. So like constant food restriction, cutting carbs unnecessarily, like overusing probiotics. Probiotics are not going to fix your bloating, you guys. Ignoring stress, not anything I would do. Okay. So if you are someone that feels like you are bloated all the time, we can help you there. But if you want something to start with, I would start with those things. I would start with supporting stomach acid. I would start with supporting eating and rest and digest. I would start with bringing in your blood sugar balance. I would start with making sure you're chewing your food. I would start with making sure you're getting in enough hydration and minerals that will help with your stomach acid, support that bile flow, get those bitter herbs in as well. Okay. Those are going to be all great places to start. And then if you want to dive deeper into that, and you want to run some testing, and you want to have some more accountability there, you want us to help you balance everything out, we can do that in the Hormone Reset program, okay? Hormone Reset program is our 6-month program. It's our signature 6-month program that's going to help you balance your hormones naturally and really take a full body approach to your health, okay? So we're not going to just give you a lab and be like, see ya. We want to walk you through how to implement what you learned from that lab, because it's one thing to have a lab result, but the lab result is giving you a snapshot of what's going on. And now we have to make a lot of different changes to make sure that you are optimizing your health based on those labs. And so if that's something you want to do, you can go to bit.ly/HRP free call, and you can book your free consult call so we can hear your story, learn more about what's going on and how we can help support you.